Good morning, Nessa girl. How you doing? So y'all know it's Wednesday, and y'all know what we do on Wednesday. We talk about a lot of random topics, and I guess I got a good one that y'all want to talk about. Cardi B and Azealia Banks. Now listen, this weekend somebody tweeted me and was like, fuck it, I need it. Ooh, you gonna talk about Cardi B and Azealia Banks? And I was like, well, listen, first of all, it's the weekend, and on Fridays, I turn my internet and my social media off. I pick that up on Mondays. Then when Monday rolled around, I was like, you know what? My 34-year-old self just really don't give a shit about what two young 20-somethings are talking about. The older I get, the harder it is for me to begin to take people who are that inexperienced serious. Nevertheless, it's been blowing up in the media. Y'all want to talk about it, so here we go. I'm not in favor of what Azealia does. I don't like her brand of controversy at all. I think that there is a way that you can speak about your disdain for what's going on in the industry or negative industry trends without mentioning people's names. Like, I'm just not a fan of that. You can talk about, you know, music used to be uplifting and it used to be about female liberation and female power, and now it's all about fucking for bags and eat my coochie, yeah. You could say all of that without mentioning somebody else's name, because the moment you mention somebody's name, several things happen. One, it creates beef where there wasn't any, right? And then all the fans on both sides of the fence start all of this uproar. Then number two, what was the second point I was gonna make? It starts with number two, no matter what, when you mention somebody else's name that it has nothing to do with your interview, it makes you look like a hater. It makes you look like you're jealous. Then it makes you start to think, I wonder if Azealia had the level of notoriety and success that Cardi B had right now, would she be having these same sentiments and doing interviews talking out the side of her neck? Here's the reality of the situation. I 100% agree with what Azealia was trying to articulate, because I've said it in my videos. What happened to the days with MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Salt-N-Pepa, Moni Love, all those girls was talking about who you calling a bitch. You ain't fucking me you're not fucking me at all, yet alone for free. You know what I'm saying? Don't try me, treat me with respect, female power. Somewhere along the way, and I think, I may be wrong, I'm not a rap historian, I think Lil' Kim is the one who kind of ushered this in, and it was reinforced by Trina. Lil' Kim introduced sexuality to rap. Because I remember when Lil' Kim first came out, the shit she was saying, it was like, oh my God. And as a young kid, we wanted the CD only because that was the only place we could go get those raunchy type of lyrics. And it's just so funny how in 20, 25 years time, what was so taboo and considered raunchy then has now become the norm. Like, I look at how I used to gag and have to listen to Lil' Kim hardcore in private, and now we bump that shit up and down the street, and everybody's talking about eat my coochie and eat my ass like a cupcake and all this other old nasty stuff. And quick sidebar, I heard a couple songs on the City Girls album that just came out. And you know what? The older I get, that shit just don't work for me. And it's so funny because they're basically mirroring what Trina did when I was in high school, and I was all for it. My homegirl let me hear about 45 seconds of one called I'll Take Your Man, and she was talking about eat my pussy, this and that. I was like, whoa, can you please turn that off? And then I just started laughing because I'm like, Q, you've become the resident old person. Whereas I used to be down for that. And don't get me wrong, I will still sing my Lil' Kim and my Trina lyrics, I guess because that raunchiness is already ingratiated in my brain. But I promise you, any new music that start talking about eat my diss and suck my I'd be like, honey, not today, not today. Turn that shit off. Nevertheless, you know, she got it going on. And I will say this. Despite how any one person feels about the state of music or a particular artist, you've got to understand that you are not the authority, okay, on everything. What you feel is not a blanket feeling for everyone. What you think about it is not what everybody has to think. There is a market for everything. Obviously, Cardi B is winning because somebody like it, okay? Obviously, Love and Hip Hop is winning because somebody like it. Obviously, Evelyn Lozada throwing bottles across the table is winning because somebody likes it. All right? If it ain't for you, turn the channel. But there is a market for everything. And here's the thing that kills me about conscious people, fake deep people, super woke people. They speak as though people can't be multifaceted and multidimensional. I'm going to tell you something. It's tiring being woke all day, every day. I don't want to be woke. Sometimes I want to lie down. Okay? Catch that reference. Ali Wong, Mad Cobra. Netflix, check out Hilarious Girl. I don't want to be woke all the time. Just like I don't want to be filled of Twinkie Clark and the Clark sisters all the time. Just like I don't want to listen to house music all the time. Some days house music make me dance. Other days that shit give me headaches. Some days I'm the baddest bitch, okay? And I'm Trick Daddy. I eat your coochie with your legs up. Or on your back, down your crack. Then other days I want to sing Never Should Have Made It. Never, okay? And then other days I'm on some I was born by the water with $3 and $6. Yeah, you may laugh. Cause you see what I'm saying? So with that being said, to the Azaleas and all the others that think like her, I can do female empowerment and liberation. Lauryn Hill's the queen. Beyonce rocks. Erykah Badu all day. And then I can hit change to disc 2 on my disc player and listen to Cardi B and be equally as woke and indulge in objectification and the sexualization of women. Like, both can occupy the same space. So my thing is, to the Azaleas of the world, just because your particular art form isn't winning for you right now doesn't make hers bad, okay? It just means it's not your brand of music. Quite frankly, it's not a lot of people's brand of music. You know what I'm saying? It ain't mine, if you want to know the truth. I like Cardi B the person. Now I do like that song, Be Careful With Me, da 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 da, the little Cuba beat. I like that one, and I like the Bodak Yellow. But overall, I'm not riding. It's not my brand. I leave that to the little young girls because I'm an old lady sitting under the tree in training. You see what I'm saying? But I respect the fact that while it may not be for me, somebody like it. What I was finna say, the girls keep trying to text and call me while I'm on the line. Here's the thing though about Azealia. One thing I will give her, she's articulate, she's a deep thinker, and you know, she's got that Kanye thing where she's blurring the lines between free thinking and being crass. I think Azealia would be taken more seriously if she was winning right now. It's just kind of hard to take somebody serious who has a critique of somebody who's winning and they shit ain't selling. You know what I'm saying? Like, Azealia, your shit ain't selling. So whether you're a hater, whether you are jealous or envious of Cardi's and others, whether it is true or false, the optics of it all, I'm just going to rock with, you're not a hater, you're not jealous, you're not remotely envious. But the fact that you're kind of not winning and she is, and you're speaking on it, just the optics makes you look like a hater. And you need, I don't know, I just feel like if you spent more time focusing on your craft and repairing some of these damaged relationships, that you could garner the level of success that you so highly desire, because the girl is talented. Which brings me to another point, and this is something that's been on my heart, and I'm gonna do a separate video on it later, but it's something that I recognized in her that I've also recognized in myself at times. And it's about getting in your own way. Azealia, you've already got the talent, you've got the recognition and notoriety, and you've got a foot and a half in the industry. You've got all the ingredients to be highly successful, and you have a worldwide presence. You're not winning because you keep getting in your own way. Here it is, you got people around Atlanta, LA, New York, Miami, Houston, DC, singing in smoky lounges, singing on local underground radio stations, rapping at every PTA meeting or talent show just to try to get some F-level executive at some base model record company to recognize them and give them some free studio time. Here it is in the palm of your hand. You've got everything you need and more to be a powerhouse. Not to mention you've got age on your side. And you're different from what's out right now. And you're not winning. It's because you keep getting in your own way. And unfortunately, Azealia, damn it, I lost my train of thought. You keep getting in your own way. What was I about to say? Fuck! It was a good point too. You keep getting in your own way. What? Oh, here it is. You keep getting in your own way. And unfortunately, Azealia, every time you are in the media, it's because you are associated with mess, or you're getting interviews speaking negatively or controversially about people who are winning in the industry. And listen, we know how these things work. If I'm the hottest thing on the block right now, when it's time for me to do the MTV Music Awards, people are like, yeah, I'll come, but under the caveat that she won't be performing, or she has to be at the pre-show and I do the main show. People maneuver like that. Hell, people maneuver like that in friendships, in local business, in the entertainment industry. They damn sure maneuver like that. Y'all already heard Nicki Minaj was only gonna come to this award show if she won the award. Beyonce only after Janet pulled that titty situation at the Super Bowl that year with Justin. Beyonce was like she will not ever perform again with Janet being present. People pull their weight, and the thing about it is, because the Cardi B's and other women that you've talked about in the past are making more money for these powerful white men at the top, their word has more value than theirs. If Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, or somebody say, I'll participate in this just as long as she does not, then what do you think the executives are going to do? They're going to continue to suppress and hold you down. And it's funny because you keep giving them reason to. I think, Azealia, if you stepped away from all the controversy and the mess and this rudeness cloaked in free thinking and this going against the grain just because you want to get a reaction out of people and focused on your music, I really think that in 2 or 3 years time, you could be back on top. But you got to completely rebrand. And I'm sorry, there is a time and place for everything. And yeah, you can be a free thinker all you want, but everything that's thought does not have to be said. And that's just life. And at the end of the day, when it comes to Azealia, I really write a lot of her antics off to immaturity. It's immaturity because I just remember being young, and yeah, you get liberated from your parents and you're in the world and your voice matters and people listen, so you just say whatever the hell you want to say. But unfortunately, whether it's politics in a political sense, politics in a business sense, politics in a relationship type sense with friends and family, it's still politics. And you gotta politic, and there is a way you can keep it real without all of this uproar and all of this shock value. You can be honest, raw, and opinionated without being rude, crass, and controversial. And with maturity, Azealia, and once you reconcile what all you've lost as a result of your immaturity, that's when you will mature and realize you can articulate those same thoughts and get an even better positive response out of people if you just put a little more thought into what you said and stop taking shortcuts and trying to rile people up. Because Azealia, in my opinion, right now has that 50 Cent kind of brand going on, where the only time 50 Cent is popping on Instagram or in interviews is when he's talking crazy and reckless about somebody. Like, that shit is not cool, and it gets annoying, and it would seem to me that it would suck being you, always having people coming at you as a result of things you say. But your desire for attention and popularity supersedes your desire for peace. Because a bitch that want peace keep their damn mouth closed and mind their damn business and work on their music and their art. But you want to be popular so bad and the music ain't selling, so you said, fuck, I'll do this to get a rise out of people. That's immaturity, and I can't respect it. Cardi B suspended her Instagram. To be quite honest, I don't blame Cardi. You're pregnant, you're winning. Sometimes you need a break. And I'm going to tell you something. Cardi B ain't got no 15 years in the game doing this. Hell, I've been popular longer than her ass have. And even, you know, it is hard when people are coming at you. Especially, people ask me all the time, people that want to get into YouTube and stuff, they be like, Dineva, I want to do it, but I'm just so scared about what the people going to say to me, you know, or what they going to say about me. How do you deal with that? And, you know, does it hurt? And I tell them all the time, no, not no more. It did. In the beginning, it did. That shit weighs on your self-esteem and your conscience when people are coming at you crazy, saying whatever the fuck they want to say. And though you may not reveal what your insecurities are, we all have them. And sometimes a random person will make a random nasty comment that actually touches one of your insecurities, and you want to ball up in a bed and cry and say, they said, hi, Dineva, how did you deal with it? How do you deal with it? And I said, you know what? When you get tired of crying about it, you get strong. You know what I'm saying? And then you learn to ignore it, and you learn to not let it affect you. And you learn to insulate yourself with people who love you and affirm you and reassure you on certain things. And so that stuff begins to have less and less and less of an impact on you. However, there is one circumstance by which the public and their opinions does bother me, and it's when my defenses are down. When I'm not operating at 100%, when I'm not whole and the walls are penetrable, then yeah, people can say something to you on an off day and it'll hurt your spirit. Case in point, if I get into, you know, a bad argument with a friend, or I'm arguing with my family or something, and my defenses are down and I'm already vulnerable, and then somebody throws something at you, yeah, that begins to hurt. So I can imagine being a pregnant woman with all the hormonal changes, dealing with the shit she dealing with her baby daddy, being in the media, being blamed for the brawl, now having to deal with this bum bitch. It is a lot. Take a break. Breaks are warranted. It ain't nothing wrong with taking a break. And listen, take a page out the Janet Jackson and the Beyonce book. Stop giving people access to you emotionally. That's part of the reason why after they snatched my last Instagram, I didn't even bother trying to rebuild it back up. Because you know what? I just don't need motherfuckers having direct access to me to say whatever the fuck they want to say and inject whatever the fuck they want to inject in my spirit. Because that's what Instagram is. You know, I'm curious to know, was it much easier being a celebrity in the Elizabeth Taylor days, the Audrey Hepburn days, hell, even in the goddamn 70s, 80s, and the 90s? Because the fans did not have access to you. The only time they could touch you is when you went to the record store to do album signings or whatever the case may be. But now with Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, these people, though they don't know they're talking directly to you or know when you're reading the messages, they have direct access to you. So I completely understand why Beyonce stays away from social media. Janet Jackson, who's been born and bred in this game, stays away from this kind of stuff, because outside of what these people do for a living, they are real people. And 99% of people on social media and who are watching this video right now are not built nor equipped to sit on the phone and see people spew nasty things at them all day long. The very things that y'all holds tight and I say. Nevertheless, I totally understand you taking a break. Take as much time as you need, mama, so you can remain whole and continue to do what you do. Y'all, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. And I'm going to call you a little later with some more teas of what I'm thinking. I got some good topics today. Like and subscribe. I'll call you later, girl. Bye.